Hello, Michael Phelps here. I want to talk to you about not swallowing a camel and then straining at a gnat. Many of you, if you're my age or older, will have heard that saying before and understand what it means. But for those of you who haven't, it simply means you are letting the big issue that's causing all of your problems just go almost unnoticed and not paying much attention to that. But you're spending lots of times complaining and worried about something that's really insignificant and small and a very tiny thing as if it's the main problem. You're swallowing a camel and straining at a gnat or choking on a gnat. Don't do that. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about in this. If you're morbidly obese, let's say you're my age, I'm 59, and you're morbidly obese and you are worried to death you're going to take in some sucralose or aspartame, or you're going to take in some sugar in this cup of raspberries you're trying to eat, or this sweet potato or whatever. It's going to convert to sugar. It's going to cause you all these problems. Listen to me. Your biggest problem is you're morbidly obese. Your camel is doing whatever you've got to do to start getting that weight off immediately. Don't worry so much about the tiny, tiny things that seem to be huge to you. Cut your calories back and get moving. That being obese is going to cause you more health problems than you can imagine. It's going to cause diabetes, if not already. It's going to cause heart disease, stroke. It's going to lead to all kinds of things that are going to affect your health tremendously. And you're going to hurt yourself because the body's under too much stress in those joints and muscles and tendons. It's just not a good thing. Take care of the weight first, then focus on things you're paranoid about. Now, let's talk about the sugar thing and the raspberries. I'm seeing more and more people say, oh, this cup of raspberries has whatever, 15, 20 grams of sugar in it, and they'll set aside some sugar cubes next to it, trying to illustrate how much sugar is in the raspberries or whatever food it is they're trying to show. Typically, it's going to be things like fruit or vegetables or bread or things like that. Carbohydrates that convert to glucose, or you'll have inherent in them some natural sugars. Here's the difference. That cube of sugar is refined sugar in its simplest state, and that's all it has. It is refined sugar. The vegetable or the fruit or the carbohydrate, whatever it is they're setting it aside and comparing it to, also has possibly antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, fiber, all kinds of things that is nutrition to your body and it's good for you. You can't just compare that to the cubes of sugar and make out like they're the same thing. They're not. The carbohydrate hating people want to portray that to you like that's the case. It's simply not. You got to understand how the body works. Insulin is not just a fat storage hormone. Insulin basically has two jobs. One is to store glucose or blood sugar, whatever you want to call it, into fat cells. It does that. It also stores it into muscle cells as glycogen. It doesn't always store it into fat. Where it is stored is dependent on things. The fact is, it does not only store fat, it also stores it in muscle. So don't be fooled into thinking that every time you eat a carbohydrate, it's going into fat. It does not work that way. I'll tell you something that's not related, and a lot of you may not understand. I've personally never taken insulin back whenever I used to bodybuild all those years. But I know a gazillion bodybuilders who did and do take insulin. Do you know why they take that? Because I'll give you one guess as to what's the most anabolic hormone on the planet. It's insulin. They take it to help them get larger muscles. Now, if the carbohydrate hating people were correct, that'd be some of the most obese people on the planet. Don't swallow a camel and strain at a gnat. Learn how the body works. A little frustrated when I see these things when they're comparing like fruit to cubes of sugar. You may as well just eat the cubes of sugar as eat this apple or banana. That's ridiculous. One is full of nutrition. One is basically not. Anyhow, please like, share, and follow. Thank you for following. Have a fantastic day.